Hello, everyone. Ms. welcomes you all to our webinar series, the B School Insider, all you need to know about your dream school. And I am your host, Kalyani Majumdar, for today's webinar. So in today's session, our topic is FMS, Campus Life, Placements, Academics. So in this webinar, you'll get first-hand information on the personal journey of the four panelists, from their CAT experience to the selection process at FMS, the academic schedule and faculty at the B School, the ROI factor, placement process and getting selected by top firms, find out about internships and how the right internship can get you a great placement. We will also give you a preview of the campus life. We will also bust few myths and get to know about few fun facts in our rapid fire section. Let's welcome our speakers today. We have Aditya Dasari and Rohit Padmakumar from first year. We have Meghna Rudraraju from second year. And we have Akshada Jagtap. She is an FMS alumna and working as a management trainee with GSK. Welcome all of you, and thank you so much for being here today for this session.
Thank you, Kalyani.
Thank you,
Kalyan, for having all of us.
Hi, all.
Thank you, Kalyani.
So let's start now with, let's talk about your CAT experience very briefly, like how much did you score? How many months did you prepare? And was there anything in particular that you did to get success?
I had done my mechanical engineering from Mumbai University. And then, so just talking about the number of years that I devoted for doing the preparation. So overall, I had 2 attempts of CAT. The first was in 2016 after I just passed out from my engineering. And the second one was the next year then. During the first year, I was not able to, get the colleges I was targeting for. So then I went for the second attempt. At that time, I was also working with Bosch. It's a hydraulic firm. And then, so while working, both the years I had support of IMS and, I was in Thane branch and Shaminder sir, Jose sir, all of these like good people, they really helped me in the preparation. And so working my way through those 2 years, honing my skills along, and then I was able to crack it in 2017. My score was 98.09. Mock tests are something that are really helpful. So this is something that I realized that during my first attempt I was not really into taking a lot of mock tests, and then I realized that how much that is important. And then the second year, that was something that I really focused on. Like I had made a schedule and whatnot, and I used to take a lot of mocks. And so that is something I think it really helped me crack the second time. And also working was like having experience on this on the same time. It was very helpful to build up a profile, because if you're like taking a gap of a lot of years, you're not then during interviews or something like that, you would not have a lot of talking points. So if you think that you want to invest another year while preparing for CAT because you want to target a particular college, make sure that you are having a good profile building on the side, having some work experience.
So I was working with Oracle prior to coming to FMS. Like I have like 3 years of work experience, and so I had to balance both my work and also my CAT preparation. So I took approximately 3 to 4 months of proper preparation for CAT. And I scored 99.42 percentile.
Right.
So as Akshada already mentioned, mocks are like, like how many mocks, how many ever you take, I think they are less. And more important is analyzing them. And one more thing which worked very well for me was I started taking 2 mocks in one go. So on the D-Day, what happens is, there are few things which you can't anticipate and you might be stressed out or something. So the second mock was very stressful after giving like 3 hours into one mock and then giving a second mock. It's like quite stressful. So I was preparing for that particular thing. So I think that helped me a lot because on the D-Day, you had to travel a lot and all. I think that worked. And analysis is very important. Like if I can quantify it, for every RC passage, it used to take me 1 hour of analysis to analyze each and every word and what it actually makes.
Hmm.
And I also used to make a journal of what are the problems and what are the DILR sets, which are very tough. And every weekend, I used to just go through them so that I revise them again and again. So it's the
Hmm. Hmm.
revision and also the analysis,
Right.
which is the key factor in cracking the CAT.
Hmm. And you are also from engineering background, right?
Yes, yeah. I was a civil engineering. I did it from Hyderabad.
I come from an engineering background, and CAT 2019 was my third attempt.
Hmm.
So I scored 99.75 percentile. So since it was my third attempt, I knew exactly what I had to do. So the key was to take as many mocks as I can. The key was if you are putting in 3 hours into taking a mock, then I would put 6 hours in analyzing it. So that was the key to my success.
So I'm an engineer. I've completed my BTech from Hyderabad itself. I have 2 years of work ex in Deloitte. So I was working while I was preparing for CAT.
Okay.
So I would say for all the working professionals out there, your consistency is one point which they have to, work on every day. It's even if it's 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hours a day. I think they have to like put in that work consistently. So I had like about CAT 2019 was my third attempt, and my preparation strategy for 2018 and 2019 was the same. And I think most of the strategy was covered by Akshada, Meghna, and Rohit.
Hmm.
It was
Hmm.
more or less the same. But the difference came up in how do you execute your strategy on the D day, on the exam day.
Hmm.
So I would like to stress upon it because the rest of the points are already covered.
Right.
So two things. One is your confidence really matters on the exam day.
Hmm.
And CAT is such an exam where you have to be prepared for surprises.
Right.
So, however, how much ever you are prepared for CAT, you get those surprises, and how well you deal with it is what really matters. I think these 2 points only made the difference in 2019, and I achieved about 98 percentile.
Okay.
So, I think for all the aspirants out there
Hmm.
who are aiming really good, I think hard work, giving time, I think everyone does. But how do you perform on that day, get that extra mark, and fetch that 99 percentile is really what matters.
Let's talk about a little bit more about the selection process, as in the personal interview and the group discussion, and which led to your, getting selected.
So the selection process, as you all know, has one round of GD and then we have one round of PI. So in GD, it's a normal GD which you will have certain topics given to you, and then you would be speaking on it for like a couple of minutes or so. They give you a time limit for that, and then once you uh, uh, cross your GD process, then you go to the PI round. In PI round, you'll have panelists of say 2 or 3 professors from FMS, and then it's a very I'll say different experience for each of the individuals, because they would want to know more about you. So whatever questions that they'll be asking, not like if your friends or something are getting those kind of questions, not necessarily they're gonna ask you the same questions. It
Right.
will it will depend a lot on how your profile is, and how they want to know more about you as a person. So for me, it was trying to understand more about the business point of view, some philosophy and all that. It went in that direction.
Right.
And so it depends on a lot on what your hobbies and all are,
Hmm.
and try to get into. So if the one thing for the interviews is, I know a lot of people would have told you this already, that try to take your interview in the direction where you are very comfortable speaking on the points, or else it's just it just shows. And you need to have you need to talk about the points on which you're very passionate about. So usually hobbies which are there, or maybe your work experience which you really want to highlight. These are the points which you it just shows on your face, and the expressions which are there when you're passionate about certain things. And that's the energy or the vibe that these people really catch upon,
Right.
and it's something that will give you that extra leverage.
Hmm.
So I think over to Meghna.
Yeah.
Thanks, Akshada. So the process starts with the application. So first of all, you will have to write the SOP for like your statement of purpose of why you're doing it. It's like the basic why MBA question. And then, as already Akshada covered, GD, and then there'll be extempore also. There was extempore during our time. So
Okay.
5 minutes, they'll give you a topic, and the reason why they give it, they want to test how good you are, like how good you can handle situations when something is thrown at you completely different. So the extempore was for that. Then there was like a very short PI, and my PI was completely on my hobbies.
Okay.
So, like Akshada told, mine was also on philosophy. So we started discussing upon different philosophies. We particularly discussed on some recent book which I read, and what was the author's point of view and all. It's very important you put or give some fodder for the panelists to ask something. If not, it doesn't go in the direction you want. So you be prepared with what are the few things you want to discuss, because at the end they want to know you as a person, and they want to only touch upon the topics which you're very comfortable with. Unless and until you don't give them that, they will not take in a different direction. So it's very much essential to be prepared on those topics.
So there are a few behavioral questions as well, and
Mm.
in SOP also we need to mention like what is the purpose of what is the
Right.
purpose that we are planning to do MBA, and that from FMS.
Mm.
So that has to be written in brief, but it becomes all the more challenging because the number of words are restricted, so you cannot write lengthy paragraphs. So
Right.
whatever you put, it has to we have to be on point and very concise.
Okay.
So what I did was in most of the points, what I did, I used to write the reason
Okay.
of the question and I used to back up with an answer. So if there's a behavioral question or if there is something that is asked, I would say, yes, I would like to do it, or no, I would like to not do it, and have a suitable answer for it. And it should, and I made sure it, matches the character and the way I think,
Okay. Okay.
and not just random guess. Yeah.
Okay.
But to keep in short, it is the interviewee who drives the interview. So
Right.
you have to keep that in mind. So we cannot, if you utter something random, then I think the interview gets messed up. But if
Yeah.
you are on a right track, then you are the one who controls the interview.
Akshita, you spoke something about profile building. Yeah. So can you talk about like what are the profile building exercise the aspirants can probably begin now to have a higher chance of being selected by FMS? Most of our attendees are basically CAT 2021. They're going to be taking CAT in 2021, and some are also CAT 2022 students. So yeah.
Right. So I think profile building would be all the more important for the ones who may be taking the repeat attempts, because these are the people who, as I said earlier, that they would want, whenever there is an interview, they would want to justify that gap. So if you're taking a repeat attempt and you are not building a profile, I'll say that you need to start doing something about it, and it can be not just like say work experience. If there is something else that you are really passionate about, like say some working with an NGO or something like that, even that would really work in your favor. But then that's it. So at this point of time, I think that will help in terms of profile building to ask about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Meghna, you would like to add something on profile building, and also Aditya?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, Kalyani. So as Akshita already mentioned, profile building becomes even more important after you come to FMS. I
Okay.
mean, if you already have given CAT and you are like sitting for interview, there is
Okay.
very much less which you can do. But just look. I will suggest the aspirants to look into what is the field they want to pursue during MBA. So
Okay.
maybe you can research a little bit about that, and look into the subjects, and you can talk them about them also in the interview. It shows that you're very much interested or passionate about that field.
Okay.
And if for the repeat takers, as Akshada mentioned, there are like few of my friends who have worked with different NGOs like Teach for India, which is a very great point. Even the companies actually consider it as a very great point. So these are some things. It's just to justify your gap, so because there are people who work and also do, so you don't want to be set apart from them. So NGO experience is actually very great, and if you have a very solid reason like your own startup also, that is great. But yeah, like being having the clarity of what you want to do after MBA is something you can do in this like few days or few weeks.
Okay. Rohit, you want to say something?
Yeah, so I'd say since everything is now online, I'd say take some online certifications in the stream of your interest, whether it be like marketing, finance, or consulting. And you should be able to explain why you took that and what you gained from it.
Okay.
So that would be a good talking point in the interviews.
Okay. If anybody else wants to pitch in anything,
Yeah,
just
so I would say I would echo with all the points what they have said. But profile building, if not only for FMS, but for a matter of fact, any MBA college in the world,
okay.
profile plays a very important role.
Right.
And especially in Indian B schools,
Hmm.
you take, I mean, the profile, the weightage is given from 10th class to +2 to undergrad score. And
Hmm.
all that is your past and nothing can be done about it. So if you're a working professional, I would say you need to know inside out of what you're doing at work, and those points have to be on your resume.
Hmm.
And if you're someone who's in your fourth year, like the final year, so what you have to do is you need to know the inside out of the engineering part, what you have done, and a few subjects that you are really interested in,
Right.
and put that on your resume. I think that will help. And dwelling too much on the past, I don't think it'll help.
Let's take few questions before we go to our next section. Okay, what is the best time to take mock test? Who's going to take it? Meghna, would you like to answer?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I think you should start your preparation itself with a mock to understand where you stand.
Hmm.
Then September, October is a time where people start doing accelerate the pace at which they take. But there is no sweet time because some people need like at least 3 or 4 months of preparation. Some people can do it in 1 month. So it depends upon how good you are. Maybe taking one at the starting of your preparation will help you understand.
Hmm. Let's take one more question. Aditya, you can answer it probably because you've had work experience. So is work experience very important when you sit for an interview, or for that matter, how they perceive you? As in, do they perceive you differently than the rest? And during an interview, if you have a work ex.
During the B school interview, I don't think so. WorkX, I
Hmm.
mean, will be a differentiating factor.
Okay.
But sure, it will add a lot of volume to your
Hmm.
interview.
Correct.
Because if you compare to a graduate, so he only, matlab, he's only restricted to his college background or academics.
Hmm.
But whereas a WorkX guy, he can talk about what he has done in his job as well as his academics. So with that part, you can showcase your knowledge, and it'll give you a chance to have more clarity on why do you want to go to MBA now, because you are already working and you have some clarity about the corporate world and why do you want to go to an MBA. So in
Right.
that frame, yes, it will help, but there's no differentiating factor.
Okay.
No, just to Kalyani,
Yeah.
just to pitch in there. So
Mm.
in B school, actually, it would matter, your experience when it comes to the placement processes,
Correct.
Okay.
because again, those are interviews, and that
Correct.
is when you will have certain more talking points which
Right.
these freshers might not have.
Hmm.
So that is something that's there. Like it will help you ahead also during your summer placement and
Hmm.
final placements,
Okay.
whatever PPOs, PPIs are there.
Okay. Okay.
So it
Yeah,
helps. Yeah.
to be short, in the admission process, it will not play a differentiating role. But
Okay.
when you get into a B school and you sit for final placements and all,
Hmm.
then it will matter.
So let's talk about now about academics at FMS. So what was your first day at FMS like? Aditya, you can start, and then Rohit, and then Meghna, and then Akshara.
My first day at FMS, as I
Yeah, I mean, since you've been in
online
COVID
learning.
times, so obviously if it was an online thing, how was the experience? How was the first day? What was it
I
like?
think Akshita and Meghna will have a better version
Of
of
course, yeah.
my answer.
Yes,
But
yeah,
for me, it was getting up at 8 in the morning, because
okay,
from 9 the classes were starting. I
right.
mean the induction classes. I
Hmm.
just opened my laptop, logged on to Zoom,
Yeah.
and right now as I'm sitting, I've sat there. That was my entire experience. But it was very relieving because the period before that, like when
Hmm.
you complete your B school interviews, like
Right.
IIM interviews and all, so
Hmm.
there's that
Hmm.
2-3 months gap where you don't know whether you will convert the interview or you get a seat. So
Hmm.
that time is really panicking and hectic and stressful.
Okay. Okay.
So when I got a call from FMS that you've converted it, I think that was the best day I would that personally for me.
Okay.
And sitting in the class, I think that was more exciting than sitting in the class because of the online thing.
Okay. Rohit, you had the same experience, I believe.
Yeah, I had exactly the same experience. So I woke up at 7 and logged into Zoom by 8 o'clock.
Okay.
So in the first week, we had induction where different clubs would take sessions for you to get ourselves accustomed to the MBA life. So there would be group tasks, there would be individual tasks, and we had to coordinate virtually among our batchmates.
Hmm.
So that's how we basically get to know our batchmate, and that's the whole point of it, to so that the batchmates know each other. And after the first week, first week was pretty hectic, to be honest, and after that we had the regular classes.
Yeah. Okay. Meghna, you can probably have a better story.
Yeah.
First year
Yeah.
FMS life.
Yeah, Kalini, as Rohit has mentioned, it's hectic. I can say, it's like imagine that you're walking on the road, then someone threw you into 100 kmph bus. It's just like that, so fast paced. And the first day started with a yoga day. So our induction started
Oh,
on
nice.
yoga. Yeah. So it was the yoga day. Then, like there are so many sessions lined up, like Alan sessions,
Okay.
content sessions, and all. So it was completely hectic. I don't think it's just the first day. Entire pre-summers was completely at that pace, and it kept on the pace, or the events density started increasing day by day. So yeah, one word is hectic, as Rohit rightly pointed out.
Akshita.
Yeah, so same for me actually as Meghna, because even our first day was on yoga day.
Okay.
And yeah, I remember. So being in the part of the university, it's like a big deal.
Right.
So we had gone in all those, the sports athlete kind of yeah, clothes, and then we were doing yoga. There were professional instructors being called, and it was so awkward to just like on your first day you're seeing all of your batchmates and whatnot, and all of you guys are doing yoga together. But yeah, it was very funny. And then after that, as these guys, Meghna especially told, the rigor and the pace just kept on going. And the first week, the actual, which is the induction,
Hmm.
it is very rigorous, and it it takes like your whole day you would be spending. There are a lot of sessions. I would not talk about the sessions, as and when people get into FMS, they'll get more clarity on all of the sessions and everything. But yeah, the you need to, I think, mentally be prepared for the rigor that's coming up during the induction days. And also then pre summers is yes, crazy times.
Okay.
So adding on to Akshita, so we just realized that we can sleep. We can survive without 2 days of continuous sleep.
Very nice.
So during induction, I think 2 days we never slept only.
Tell me something. So now that you guys have already spoken about how hectic the schedule is, how hectic the schedule has been for you, for Akshita as well as for Meghna. So tell us something about your daily routine, as in how was the time divided between study and having fun activities?
So pre-summers, it was basically the similar as induction.
Okay.
We start our day at 8 o'clock. So our classes start from 9. So till 4, we used to have classes. Then we will have corporate engagements and also alum sessions. Then so it approximately goes down to at least 10 p.m. in the night, and then we go back home.
Okay.
Then again, our day starts for preparing for all the things for the next day.
Okay.
So yeah, as every B schooler, we sleep at like 1 or 2. So that is something you have to take it in writing. So post summers, yeah, it was quite fun, and we used to have classes, and then we used to have so many club sessions. So me and Akshita were part of the same literary club.
Okay.
So we used to have debates with our professors and all. So it was quite. So I can say that there was not even a single day where we were free or having nothing to do. We used to have something or the other thing which keeps us engaging. So yeah, the cultural thing starts post summers, but till then you are like completely busy with other activities.
Okay. Akshata,
Yeah, I think
you
exactly
can
same.
also, yeah, you can also say a little bit about the Finance Society and the Alpha Investment Research Club, if you have any idea, a little bit about it, or the
Right.
clubs and committees.
Yeah, so we have this finance club as well as the Alpha Research. So Alpha Research is more into the investment side of it, because FMS, there is a perception that it's a marketing campus, but then we also have a lot of fin focused companies that are coming, because a lot of fin focused profiled people are also taking up admission into FMS. And so these are like two societies that support people in order to get into the fin profile jobs. And talking about, then there are lots and lots of committees, like
Yeah.
y- there's marketing, consulting, and system and whatnot. So there, but once you get into the college, you will have some sort of relation with at least one of the committees, on depending on what profile that you want to pursue. If you're a marketing focused person, you would get lot of support from these societies, which is, I think, very important. And then once, so this is like I think more relevant till your summer placements. But then after that, I think you get some time to explore some other parts also. So people who are interested in sports and all, they can have a lot of sports related activities going on. There are a lot of fests which happen. So you'll be if you're in singing or the those side dancing and all, you'll be able to do those. And yes, as Meghna said, my very favorite, we had this Chintan. It's called as Chintan, which is a book club. And then
Yeah,
we used to like discuss book, and it's just so awesome. So there is a place for everyone, depending on your interest. You
correct.
just need to find that space in FMS, and you'll feel very belonged over there.
Right. Okay. My next question is for the first year people, uh, Aditya and Rohit. Tell us a bit about your faculty members. Any particular class or professor is your favorite? I mean, which are and of course, in an online setting, how you guys are coping with it.
Yeah. So
Aditya, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
You
Okay.
take it first.
Yeah, Rohit, you can go first. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we have an excellent set of teaching faculty who helps us with any doubts we have.
Mhm.
So we can also have doubt clearing sessions individually where the teacher would, in the video call clear our doubts personally.
Okay. Mm,
So one of my favorite professors is Professor Garima Gupta ma'am. She teaches marketing management.
okay.
She's an excellent teacher as well as an excellent human being as well. So she gives like a motherly affection to all the students. So
Okay.
I like her very much.
Okay. Aditya.
I would say it would be unfair, to pick one faculty or professor. All
Okay.
of
Yeah.
them are really, really stalwarts, and they're really awesome in whatever they do.
Right.
So I would say I better not prefer any particular professor.
Good
But for
answer.
for my favorite subject, I would pick marketing management.
Right.
As Rohit mentioned, it's taught by Garima ma'am,
Ah,
and it's one of my favorite subjects because there's a lot of because as a MBA graduate, everybody marketing is a core part of MBA.
mm,
So that concepts of marketing are introduced in this subject,
mm.
and the case studies she explains in the class, I think those are very beautiful, and you just fell in love with the subject. So yeah,
Okay.
my favorite
Okay.
subject is marketing.
So, Meghna and Akshada, was your first year more stressful or is it the second year? Meghna, you can take it first, then Akshada.
Yeah, Meghna.
So for me, like unfortunately, second year was more stressful
Oh, okay.
because because of I was in the placement cell, so
Okay, yeah.
it was completely havoc over there, and conducting the placement process was quite stressful.
So,
But yeah,
yeah.
ideally it should be the first year because of the summers, but yeah, for me it was the reverse
Yeah,
case.
so all your attendees, please make sure to save her number, her email address. She's in the placement cell. Yeah, okay, Akshada. But generally, which one is more? Like, unless you are in a placement cell and all,
Yeah,
is it the
so
first year or the
it will be
second
the
year?
first year. It will be the first
Okay.
year.
Why is that? Is it because the first time you are facing so much? Is it because of the overwhelming factor, or is it just because it is?
Yes, yeah. So because it starts with the buffer period of you getting acclimatized to B school life,
Okay,
then you will be facing the corporates for the first time in your
right.
life.
Mm,
So it goes on with so much of sessions, and you are like into 3 or 4 months in the system.
mm,
Then you can actually understand the people, and then you can actually leave your own mark. So in
okay,
the second year, it becomes so easy. So, but in the
okay.
first 3 months, it's quite stressful.
Let's talk about now the internship and placements, and then we can take up some more questions. Can we, Meghna, can you talk a little bit about the internship selection process and also a little bit about the placement process at FMS? What is it like?
So it will start with your CV. So CV is the first thing. So there'll be CV sessions where the seniors will help you with building the points, and also there'll be verification team which will verify your points. So everything which you mention on the CV should be properly verified with the proper proof, even
Right.
your work experience and the points, whatever you have done.
Mm,
So it should be verified from authentic source. Then once the CV is ready, then the companies will start floating their applications.
mm,
Then you can apply to the companies, to the roles. There might be multiple roles you can apply based upon that. Then the summer placement starts. There'll be shortlisting coming on first of all. Then for the shortlisting, and it's based upon the company. Some companies have like GD as the first process. Some have like some other tests like psychometric test or something of that sort. So based upon the company, you will have those tests and all. Then there'll be again a shortlist for your PIs. Mostly for summers, so today's single round of interview. It's very rare, like companies take like 2 or 3 rounds. Mostly to the first round, only one round, and after that they'll roll you the offer. Yeah, that's the brief.
Okay. Akshita, can you take us through your personal experience of the placement process till your job at GSK?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think so I was selected into GSK as a summer intern. So I got into GSK as a in my summer placements, and then after that I had internship of 2 months in GSK, and post that I was given a PPI, pre-placement interview, but which was finally like converted into a PPO. So yeah, I got into I did not have to go through the final placement, directly got into the company, which is I think a good thing. And then talking more, I think how the process of summer placement was, I think that will be more relevant
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's again one of those this time of placement process, it's one of those rigorous moment, because being in a very competitive zone, you need to there's a lot of stress and everything of getting into companies. But then yes, the seniors, the placement committee, I think Meghna, you guys did a good job again. So yeah, all of these guys, they make sure that everything is smooth for you, so that you are giving your best during the yes, sessions. Because I remember during my interview, so just before my GSK interview, there was this person from the placement committee. They are like motivating me, like just give your best, you got this. So you will get a lot of support here from all the committees and placement committees, everything. You just have to give your best on during the interviews. And I think talking more about GSK as a company. So right now I'm in their future leadership program. So it's like a 3-year program where I go from sales and marketing kind of stint, and then there would be a landing role of maybe a brand manager, something like that. So that's the career trajectory that they are offering. And I think all of these programs, so not just GSK, a lot of companies, like Accenture is there, Infosys is there. All of these have these really good career programs for the management graduates, and so make the most of them. Understanding the trajectory that they are. I think it's too down the line for the people. Like once they get into the college, they will understand all of this. But then yeah, if you need to understand what the kind of career trajectory you want.
Meghna, there's a question for you. Why FMS and not IIM? Any reason? Then there are a few more questions for you actually. So yeah, can you answer this?
So there was no specific reason. So I had like I am L and FMS. So I preferred FMS
Okay.
because I spoke with both the alumni from Lucknow and FMS. So FMS has this huge advantage of like very short batch size.
Okay.
And I'm a living example. I know like 440 people by name, which doesn't happen in
Okay.
huge groups.
Okay.
So people say hostel life is something which we miss over here, but I negate with them because we stay in 500-meter radius, all of us. I mean, at least in online, it might not have been possible, but offline setup, I never felt, the lack of hostel life and all. So that's why the network and all is something I felt is better in FMS.
Okay. Yeah. You were also going to add something back then about your preparation calendar. Did you want to add anything very specific?
I just want to say that, for the people who are night owls, particularly as Rohit,
Yeah.
and so if your slot is in the morning, just, wake up at least 1 month, start preparing to solve the exam in the morning slot. I have seen many people, and also don't listen to what the morning slot people have told, that it is very good or DILR is very tough.
Right.
It happens with the afternoon slot people always. So just don't listen to them. That's the only advice from my end.
That's a very, very valid and very good point that you have made. But do you have, there's a question, do you have specialization in FMS? Of course, FMS is known for marketing, but what
Yeah.
about finance?
Yes, yeah, you have specializations
Okay.
like, there's marketing, operations, finance,
Mm.
and HR. So yeah, the tag is there, the marketing and all. But we have seen many offers from product management domain, and also consulting offers are increasing.
Okay.
So this year we have seen approximately 20% increase in the e-commerce side.
Okay.
So I think if you see the total division of the offers being rolled out, it's
Right.
equally distributed. It's not only just marketing.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. But we have like greater alumni base also in all the sectors.
Mhm.
So I think that the tag is just misleading.
Okay. Okay. Um, how is the foreign exchange program at FMS? Is there a foreign exchange program?
Yeah, we have like summer schools. It's not like proper foreign exchange because we
Okay.
are semester based college.
Okay.
So in IIMs, it's like a trimester. So they had an opportunity to go, but semester we don't have much matches with the foreign universities. So we have tie-ups with HEC Paris and London School of Economics. These are
Okay.
the two notable ones. So
Okay.
there's just a summer school tenure where, I think it's for a duration of 1 month, which
Okay.
did not happen to us because of the COVID scenario.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, all of you are from engineering background, so there is someone who's asking, what about us non-engineers? How we do we even have a chance? Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
obviously, I think they have a greater chance. So it's in the DU North campus. So we have many of our classmates from SRCC, LSR, St. Stephens, and all. So yeah, there are people, but unfortunately, we all are engineers, which you can't resonate with. Yeah, but there are people from non-engineering background also.
okay, so when they are in their first year and all, do they struggle more?
Uh,
Uh, as in the first year, the second year, like with the subjects and all, do they struggle more, or is it easier? I mean, is it easier for a person with engineering background to grasp everything, or something like that? I mean, were there any challenges for you all in the first year or the second year being engineers?
Yeah, I think, yeah. So I think it's the other way around
Okay.
because we have finance subjects and engineers doesn't actually have a lot of knowledge on that. So we usually depend upon the econ or people and the commerce on the people.
Okay.
I think Aditya and Rohit can actually pitch in what happened with their first year experience. I think they'll be having a greater idea. So
Correct.
yeah.
Yes. So actually, that's a myth. I think everybody has their own, good subjects and bad subjects.
Yeah.
Even non-engineers
Mm.
struggle in few of the operation subjects,
Okay.
which are math intensive.
Mm.
But to be a fact, engineers struggle in accounting and finance subjects, and for an extent in economics as well. But those people are the ones who do active class participation, and they get all the brownie points from the
Right.
faculties,
Okay.
and they are like the favorite kids.
Okay.
So, even
Rohit,
we,
you have to say
yeah.
something. You have to add
Uh,
something to it.
yeah, I think in the first year everybody struggles equally. So there's nothing like engineers get advantage. Like
Mm.
non-engineers, as Sadhya said, have advantage in economics and finance subjects, and as engineers, we'll have some more idea about like data modeling, more like quantitative approach subjects. That's
Okay. A lot of people have been asking, well, what's the campus life like at FMS? So our speakers are going to show a few photos from their own personal journey at FMS. Who would like to start? Meghna, would you like to start with those
Yeah, yes,
interesting photos
yeah.
that you were sharing?
Yeah, Kalyani. So yeah,
Yeah.
definitely the campus is a smaller one, but we
Yeah.
have two campuses, that is North and South campus also.
Okay.
So yeah, so I will just share few pictures. So this is the red building of dreams. So this is the lawn area. So
Okay.
this is where like the cold winters in Delhi. Actually, this is where we
Yeah.
used to actually hang out. And not only we hang out with our professors. We used to discuss even the class topics and non-class topics over here. So this is where everything happens.
Hmm.
This is our library area.
Okay.
So this is in front of the library
Hmm.
where there are like benches also. So we used to just discuss and chit chat and all.
Okay.
So this is our library.
Mm-hmm.
So as mentioned, it's the campus is very small compared to the IIMs and all. But yeah, it has all the facilities, and I think that is one of the advantage we have, like the short, like smaller campus. Uh, so this is again the lawn. It is a multi-purpose lawn. This is the celebration. This is the Pongal celebration,
Okay.
which was going on. So yeah, this was entirely done by us only. We have handmade all the things over there. Yeah, and yeah, this is
Oh yeah.
yeah, this is the hall B, the legendary hall B, people
Okay.
call it. So we in the first year have section wards. So we have like three sections during our time, A, B, C. So all these decorations represent each and every section. So you can see the Captain America shield and
Yes.
all.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Maybe let me
so
see those.
yeah, so this is like, before the event starts. This is the decoration
Okay.
we people have done for representing our sections.
Hmm.
Uh,
Oh.
so this is
Okay.
the most memorable moment. I think Akshita also can resonate with me.
Okay.
This is the time when we got placed as a badge. This is the after summers picture.
Okay.
So we have this tradition. Okay, we have like made all the series and all. At the end, people, just throw them and we just enjoy. And also, this was clicked at that point in time, and that was the most memorable memory anyone can have, because everyone goes through summers. Not everyone can go through lads and finals, but summers, it's like the step down, step out we call.
Hmm.
And yeah, this is the picture from then. This is the workstation which one of our classmates had. So it was in our flats.
Okay.
We used to have our own
Hmm.
workstation.
Hmm.
So it was from then. There was also one more picture of this. So this is Kumar Varun.
Hmm.
He's a stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
So he is one of our alumni. And before summers, like, placements start, people have gone through so much of rigor.
Hmm.
Just as a breather, we have Kumar Varun session, and he talks about own experiences. It's like a stand-up comedy show from him, and this happens. This is a tradition which has been happening over years.
Hmm.
So yeah, so every time he comes, and that is one of the most fun-loving sessions because he resonates with what all rigor we have gone through, and everything is centric with that. So yeah, this is the deck I have.
The lawn which is there, I think
Yeah.
it's my favorite place. And
Okay.
then the campus is, yes, it is small, but then the way
Yeah.
it is designed, you bump in a lot of your batchmates and seniors and everyone. So you will be meeting, you'll have a very close connection with a lot of the students that are there.
Yes.
And it's not just the campus that would be there, but then the flats that you guys would be, it's a very different experience than another, the hostel experience which is there. You'll be renting your own flat, and it's a very different independent feeling that you'll be having. This is the lawn. And our campus is very dog friendly, so there are like dogs which yes, come, and you'll see a lot of dogs and cats around.
Yeah.
This is the Ama Cafe, which is
Okay.
like the good hangout spot. And then here is Meghna and I in the same photo. So this
Okay.
is yeah, this is the he's now the din, the one in blue, Suneja sir.
Hmm.
And then the book club was his master, like the plan. And Meghna has shown the Pongal. We do a lot. We celebrate a lot of festivals also. So this is the Ganpati festival that we did. And I think this is the Pongal celebration.
If you had to choose between IIM Ahmedabad and FMS, which one would you go for? Who would like to answer?
So I think
Yeah.
it's more of a personal preference
Hmm.
in that way. But then if you're focused more on, say, the ROI that you would be
Hmm.
getting,
Hmm.
because FMS
Yes.
is famous for its ROI. And it's true, because once now that I know that I've gone done with the 2 years of MBA and now earning,
Hmm.
and now I can see that it really matters that you don't have a lot of student loan on your head. And it really matters.
Hmm.
And this is the time when the FMS people, they start investing, and
Okay.
having, like, being very flexible with their money. And I think that's not an option with the IIM's part of it. But
Right.
then I think it's totally a personal preference. I know people like in our batch also people have had left IMA to get into FMS. So
Okay.
yes, a lot of people prefer FMS over IMs, and
Mm.
yeah.
Is it majorly because of the ROI factor?
Not just, yes, ROI is there, it's a
Mm.
major point, but then
Well,
yes, there
yeah.
are a lot of other factors also in choosing an MBA college. So a lot of factors like maybe proximity to your hometown or something like that. Even all of these small things also play a role in choosing your final MBA college. So yeah, that's it.
Mm.
And also maybe placements, the in which profile you're focused in, lot of factors play in.
Okay. Yeah, Aditya, yeah, your photos.
So is my screen visible?
Okay, yeah, yes, we can
Yeah.
see,
So
yeah,
these are some of the
FMS, yeah,
that
t-shirt,
was sent to us.
FMS. Yeah, I can see a lot of branding here.
Yeah, yeah. So actually, yeah, this was like a token of gift for us because it's been about these goodies arrived after 2 months of
Okay,
joining FMS.
okay.
So yeah, all of us were really excited.
Is it because, so Meghna, no, did you guys also get stuff like this, or is it only for the online?
No, we used to get it handed to us,
Okay,
but
yeah,
yeah.
okay. I should not have asked you this question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Aditya, yeah, carry on.
So this
Yeah.
is during our summer placement.
Oh, okay.
So
Ah,
yeah, so we used to like the placement team used to coordinate
uh-huh.
and ask us to join a Zoom
Right.
call with Google Meet, wherein
Okay.
see you can see all of them are dressed
Correct. Yes.
informal.
Mm,
Yeah, so this is one of the talks,
right.
and this is something where
Oh,
we had to celebrate our New Year like this with a virtual
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I this is for New Year. I think most of the festivals went by in the same fashion, like Christmas, Late Christmas, or Diwali,
Mm. Yeah,
anything.
somebody just asked a very interesting question. There are mostly boys. I can see mostly boys.
Yeah, so actually, yeah, there are more number of boys this year in FMS.
Okay.
The gender diversity has gone down, but
Okay.
yeah, I
Okay.
think Meghna's batch has more girls than boys. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Good observation. Our attendees are really observing.
we
Yeah.
have so many boys. Obviously, it becomes very visible.
Correct. Yeah. Okay.
So this is Rajkumar Hirani. So about a
Yeah.
week ago, we had a Zoom meet with him.
Mm,
So I had this picture.
mm,
He was explaining about how management is in movies and
mm,
well, how do you? I mean, there's a bridge between leadership, management, and how does everything works. So
mm.
it was very informative session.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at the last, this is my study table. Yeah.
Okay. Ah, very neat. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
It's very neat. Is
it's
it
for the
always so neat? Meghna, is your study table as neat as this?
No, no,
especially,
Kalyani.
especially in your first year, was it this neat?
No, no.
Where are your books? Where are your notes? Where are your doodles and scribbling? Rohit, is your desk this clean?
No, that's why I didn't click a picture of it.
as I told you, it's for the picture. So in reality, it doesn't look like that. So
Okay.
we have to project, right? We are doing MBA, so obviously we have to like sugarcoat
Oh,
things.
yes. Oh, yeah. Somebody has said, I think he prepared it for this webinar.
Yeah, I agree with Rishi.
Yeah.
That's what you learn in MBA as well.
For the first time, Aditya got to see his entire table after cleaning it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay, yeah, great. So I think, yeah, we've had a very nice campus preview. And so let's take some fun questions in our rapid fire. So you all can answer in one word. So the first one is FMS is called the marketing campus. So getting jobs in other domains is difficult. True or false?
The first part is true because FMS is called the marketing campus of India. But the second part is false because if you look at the placement statistics of the previous years, we can see that people get jobs from various industries in almost the same proportion.
Okay, Aditya.
Marketing campus true, but the second part is false.
Right.
I would assure you, if you are someone who's looking for a job in finance, consulting, or general management, you will have ample opportunities inside. There's no one, you'll not be disappointed.
Okay.
No one from our batch got disappointed if they wanted to go in separate domain other than marketing. You will have very good opportunities.
Okay. Meghna?
Yeah, marketing campus true. Again, the second one is false because myself, I am from product management domain.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
yeah.
Okay. Akshada.
Yeah, same as the rest of the three.
Hmm. Uh, Academic rigor doesn't leave any time for other activities. True or false?
It's false because compared to IIMs, we have a semester system. That is, we have just 2 terms in 1 year. IIMs have 3 terms in 1 year, so it becomes more hectic for them. And since we have 4 to 5 months in one semester, we have ample opportunity to study as well as take time for our other activities as well.
Hmm. Aditya?
False. Because till summer placements you're occupied, but after summer placements are done, you have ample amount of time.
FMS is a student-run campus. True or false? Meghna, you can answer this.
Yeah, it is. It is student-run campus.
Yeah.
In terms of like all the activities which we do,
Hmm.
we take guidance from the professors, but they give us enough autonomy to actually work upon things. Like everything is planned by like the students, but it's approved by the faculty.
Okay. Okay. FMS alum network is one of the strongest and oldest. True or false? Akshada?
It's true
Okay.
because our professors really take, a lot of efforts to have that connect. We have alum meet which is there each year. We'll have certain events for the alums. So yes, we do have a very close connection, and since it's a very close intimate sort of campus, the vibes that are there is of a lot of like intimate and close relations.
Hmm.
So you will be just able to bond with any FMS alumni that you meet.
Right. Okay. Next one is for Rohit. 3 words to describe online classes for MBA.
Yeah, okay. So it should be routine, flexible, and boring to an extent because we do not have the classroom experience.
Right. Okay. Now this one is for Aditya and Rohit. Any funny or embarrassing incident you would like to share during online classes that you guys have probably experienced? Because I get to hear a lot about these things, from people that something happened,
So,
something else got shared while they were sharing screen,
yeah,
stuff
so
like
it's
that.
mostly that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. In
Yeah.
online classes, what happens is that people unmute. They unmute themselves and they don't realize that they've unmuted the mic. So, they keep on talking, and when you are at home, there are a lot of other activities that go on in the background. Your mother is shouting, or the cooker, there's a sound in the kitchen, or your dad is talking to someone else.
Right.
So, in one of the incident, what happened is that one of my friends, we were in the class, and his mute got unmuted,
Uh,
and his father was really angry on someone, and he was cursing him. So all those things were audible to the class. So yeah, that was one of the funniest moments I remember.
okay, Rohit, do you have any embarrassing incident?
No, actually, it happened to one of my friends. So
Okay.
he dozed off during the online class, and accidentally his camera was turned on, so we could all see him sleeping. And luckily, the professor was chill and laughed it off. But by then, we all took the screenshot and posted it in the WhatsApp groups.
Okay. How are the fests like at FMS? Akshada and Meghna. Akshada?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have a lot of these fests that are there. We have our own fest also that's there where we invite the rest of the colleges also. It involve a lot of activities like dancing, singing, band performance. So yeah, good in terms of that. We also the FMS people, they are very enthusiastic about participating in the fests of other colleges that's there. And not just fest, I think a lot of case study competitions are also there. So FMS people, you'll see a lot of FMS people winning all of these case study competitions also. So yeah,
Okay.
a lot of this stuff.
Meghna, you want to add
Meghna,
something?
add in some about the fest.
Hmm.
Yeah, so our fest is Fiesta.
Ah.
So we have like participation from other IIMs and also DU colleges.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so we have like Nukkad Nataks and all the cultural part is Nukkads and we use, the soul is Nukkad. So
Right.
we have great participation and we have a Sur night where we have our own band. So they perform live and also there are other bands which come in and they do. So the Sur night is like one of the amazing
Okay.
things in
Okay.
during Fiesta. And as Sakshida mentioned, there are many case competitions which are organized by every society. And yeah, you can actually win a lot of them, and you can cash the prize also. So it's a good way to actually earn money during that time. And also the other fest, which the college, which other colleges actually. So there are like many MDI, Lucknow, IMT Ghaziabad. There are many colleges around Delhi. So we people also go, and we participate over there.
Okay.
So the fests are very fun.
Okay. So, okay. So now, before we wrap up, I would really like all of you to give maybe one or two major tips for all of us, as in all our attendees who are CAT aspirants, like maybe one or two suggestions that can really help them, not just for CAT prep, but also if they are aiming for FMS, then what? Yeah, Akshada, you can start, then Meghna, then Aditya, then Rohit. One, or maybe two tips, more like that. Yeah.
So,
Oh, somebody has even said not hypothetical, but practical tip, please. Yeah.
yeah. So I think one tip would be that I think we've shared all the tips in terms of
Correct.
at least
Yeah.
preparation set. The mock thing is there. Uh, and there is nothing different that you can actually prepare, like specifically what you can do to get into FMS. It's not like that, right? So yeah, just be yourself, and there's nothing particular that you can do to get into FMS. But then yes, uh, keep your prep proper, get the scores, and then ace the interviews. You'll get into the college.
Mhm.
Meghna, anything to add
Yeah.
particularly?
So yeah, it might seem like we are resonating the same things again and again, but actually they make the difference. Like your small things, as Akshada also mentioned, like all the tips we have shared, they are enough to crack FMS. So and also I think you should be prepared. Like the attitude is very important before any interview. Just give your best. Just don't think that this is the end of the world. That attitude worked for me all across my interview preparation, and that actually clearly shows if you're tensed, and if you treat it like this is something I have to crack. It clearly shows on your face, and it is not a good thing to be shown on your face. So yeah, being that calm minded is very very important.
Mm.
It actually works.
Okay. Um, Aditya?
Especially to get into FMS, I would say, I think Meghna and Akshita covered it all, but I would say have confidence and do not think that FMS is some college that is out of your league, because nothing is impossible. And I would say during the interview process as well, you should have your voice. So stand up yourself, have your voice. And for the prep, be consistent, and on the D-Day, execute whatever you have, practiced.
Okay. Uh, Rohit, anything?
Yeah, so getting a shortlist in FMS is entirely in your hands. But after you get a shortlist, there is many things you can do. Like one thing that differentiates FMS is that we have a group discussion round. So I would suggest the aspirants to join IMS and attend maximum number of group discussions. So I used to attend around 20 during my preparation. So I used to attend a GD in every weekend. So if you are shy in about talking out openly, you'll get to speak a lot, and you'll get to see how other people talk, and you'll get some takeaways from the group discussions. So and just be confident about yourself. That's it.
Right. Okay. Thank you, all of you attendees, and thank you so much, all of you speakers. Thank you, Aditya Dasari. Thank you, Rohit, Padma Kumar, Meghna Rudraraju, and Akshada Jagtap. Thank you so much for taking our time and coming for this episode. Thank you.
Thank you, Kalyani.
Thank you, everyone. Yeah, thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
All the
Kalani,
best.
for
Thank
the
you,
opportunity.
Kalyani, and yeah, thank you all for
Yeah, it
joining.
was a very fun session.
I
Yeah.
hope,
Yeah.
I hope we
Exactly,
were
yeah.
able to help you out.
Yes.
Yeah, and all the best, guys, for your future endeavors.